Okay, so anyhow, 8 over 30, 2 times 2 times 2 divided by 2 times 3 times 5. When I post videos, I'll go into a little more detail about that. But as I said, it's important to understand that you factor everything. And because then you'll know when you see a polynomial divided by a polynomial that you've got to factor those polynomials, if possible. Okay? Anyhow, okay, well that equals what? Now, people tell you can cross out this 2 and this 2, right? You cross this 2 with one of these 2's, and that's called cancellation. It's the last time you'll hear me use that word. I dislike it immensely because people will cancel this 2 here with the 2 in this 4 down here, which has nothing to do with it. They're canceled incorrectly. They'll cancel this 2 with all 3 of these. Okay? They do it wrong. People always do it wrong. Okay? And that's exactly what you expect if people can't do these problems when they come into this course. And it's my experience that people can't do these problems. Some people can. The majority of people can't. Okay? So again, it's not a put down to you, but you have to know how to do this. So if you don't know how to do it, you got to learn it. And we're not going to teach it much outside of this course, and we're not going to spend that much time on it here because there's plenty of resources out there on the web. Just Google how do you add fractions, how do you divide fractions, what are the rules. Okay, you have to get these things, but I'm going to go over it with you one time, and my videos will be there because as long as that camera works, right? But you got to do that. Absolutely necessary. So when I write this out, I'm going to actually use some rules. You don't just get to cross these out. I don't want to see you just cross these out, although if you do it right, I'll probably tolerate it, but when you start doing it wrong later, I'll say, I told you so. Okay? Now why would I write it like this? Well, what's 2 over 2?
A whole number?
1, and make sure you use the right finger when you hold that up for me. Okay, now, it's okay. I'm not easily offended. Right? And what's 1 times this? What does multiplying a number by 1 give you? Same number. No, it gives you the number, right? 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times x is x. 1 times 2 times 2 over 3 times 5 is 2 times 2 over 3 times 5, right? Okay? So this is this, which is 4 over 15. That's why this equals 4 over 15.
That's why.
Now, I'm sorry?
You said that's why 4 equals 4, that equals 4 over 15?
Well, because 2 times 2 is 4 and 3 times 5 is 15, right? But this whole sequence of steps is how we establish that 8 over 30 is 4 over 15, and that also ensures that this is in lowest terms. So we don't have to worry about whether it's in lowest terms or not. Now, the way you were taught to do this in elementary school was you look for a number that divides both of these, right? That's perfectly okay. You divide by 2, you get 4, right? Divide that by 2, you get 15. But I want to see this process. Okay? I want to see you do prime factorization. I want you to write out every step because you're going to have to do it every step in a much more complicated way in about a month. Okay? So I want you to get used to the steps with numbers because it's easier. You don't have to worry about factoring things. You don't have to worry about how to write down the expressions. Fair enough? So yeah, when I give you homework, I'm going to ask you to do several of these. Okay?